This is Eric Davis. Let's chop it up. Real men, real conversation, real results. If you're a man who's been carrying a lot and doesn't have a place to talk about it, let me help you. You are in the right place. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a day and things really didn't go right like you planned it, like you thought it should go? You didn't get anything done. And at the end of the day, something just felt off. Not because you didn't feel productive. You just felt like everything you did didn't come together and the day didn't really count. We're going to help you with that on tonight. So many men tie their worth to their performance instead of being secure in who they are. Most of us, we learned it. You did something right. You got praised. You accomplished something. People paid attention. You handled something right. You got respect. So over time, this is how you looked at it. If I handle it, I handle it. If I don't, I don't. If I perform, I matter. If I don't perform, I don't matter. That's the mindset that you got to come out of. Nobody explains it like that, but that's how you feel it. It follows you into everything you do. Work, money, relationships, how you see yourself when nobody else is around. Can I help you with this? The worst place for you to be is to be alone and not have peace. To be alone and not be secure in who you are. To be alone and not value the space and place that you're in your life. We talk about real life pressure. You ever notice when you're doing well financially, you feel good. When you're handling your responsibilities, you feel good. But when things slow down or when you're not as productive, you start to question yourself. You start to second guess yourself. Your whole mood shifts. You're not the person that you were a day ago. I'm speaking from experience. Now I got to get it together. I'm falling off. I'm behind. I'm not where I should be. I'm not where I was. How did I get here? And it stops being about what happened. It starts being about how did I get here in this place? And what is wrong with me? Listen, we're going to talk about what men really don't say. It's pressure to always be on, to always have to handle something, to always have to deal with something, to always have to take care of something, to always have to take care of someone, all right? That's pressure. Yes, we love our loved ones. We love our spouse. We love our children. We love our friends. But it can be pressure to always have to be on. The three things I need you to understand. Bills don't stop, all right? Responsibilities don't stop, and expectations do not stop. Even when you're tired, you keep going. Even when you feel like you need a break, you don't take it. Because slowing down feels like I'm failing. And that's the pressure we put on ourselves. I'm a witness to it. That's the pressure we put on ourselves that I'm not doing enough. Am I doing enough? Do they respect me for it? How am I going to be seen? But it's a trap because when your performance becomes your identity, you don't know who you are without the performance. An actor goes into character and comes out of character once the movie's over. We hear about method actors who always go into character. They stay in character as long as they're on the set. But they have to come out of character and they have to turn it off when they leave the set and go back into the real world. Because you've trained yourself to feel valuable only when you're producing. So you tie your value to your production. All right, we got to get out of that. Tie your value to your production. So what is it when you don't produce? Are you less than who you are when you don't produce? Are you less than because you don't have the output that you're used to getting? All right, now it's time for our chop it up questions. Sometimes these questions come from comments, they come from messages, they come from thoughts that we had, all right? This week's question: why do I feel like I'm only valuable when I'm accomplishing something? Here's the truth. Because somewhere along the way, you felt that when you learned that, your value had to be earned, not understood, not accepted. but earned. So now when you're not producing, you feel like your value is dropping. But that's not how it's supposed to work, fellas. That's not how it's supposed to work. Let me say this clearly. You are not your productivity. You are not your income. You are not your responsibilities. You are not your accomplishments. Those are things you do. They are not who you are. Let me say this. Because your output changes, your season changes, your capacity changes, but your worth, that's not supposed to move like that. When men separate worth from performance, they don't become lazy. They become healthier, more grounded, and more consistent. I need you to hear that, fellas. I need you to hear that again. When men separate worth from performance, they don't become lazier. They become healthier. What do we actually do with all of this? All right? This is what I need you to do. Change how you measure yourself. All right? We need to get out of the habit of doubting ourselves. We need to get out of the habit of always looking at the negative. Change how you see yourself. Change your perception of who you are. Instead of asking, what did I accomplish today? Ask, did I show up today? Did I stay consistent? And did I handle what I could? What was in my hands to handle, did I handle that? Because you got some days that are heavy, some days that may be slow, and some days that may just be steady. All right? And those days still count. All right? Every day you're in this, it still counts. Every day counts. So question I got for you, fellas, and I need you to hear this and think about this. Who are you when you are not producing? Sit with that. Who are you when you are not producing? Not when you're winning, not when you're on top, not when everything is going right. Just you. Because a lot of men don't know how to answer that question. Thing that has shaped you, that has molded you, that has gotten you to this point, all right? The struggles, all right? The successes, the failures, the opportunities, the missed opportunities, the good relationships, the bad relationships, the brokenness, the hurt, the pain, the tears of joy, the tears of pain, the tears of sorrow, all right? All that makes up who you are, all right? It doesn't necessarily have to be that you have to be on all the time and put on a performance for those people. But when you're sitting to yourself, be appreciative of all the things that have molded you to the person that you have become. Listen, I need you to help me. If this conversation has resonated with you, I need you to like, share. I need you to subscribe, connect with another brother, another man who might need this. Appreciate everybody that's been subscribing, that's been sharing. I've been getting some awesome feedback. I appreciate not just men, but the ladies have been coming in and chiming in saying this is really necessary and needed. I know it's for men, but I'm getting a lot out of it. Ladies, you can understand what your spouse, your significant other is going through and help them in their journey. All right, that's what this is about. It's about helping us to grow, helping men to grow. When men grow, their relationships see results in this, all right? So it's imperative that we share this with the people that we know who need it. I need you to make sure you meet me here again for the next episode. This is Let's Chop It Up. Real men, real conversation, real results. Until the next time, we'll chop it up with you soon.